Okay, about using the slightly bigger AoE to get some value and potentially punish some of those dives, right? Having the Xayah feathers and the Maokai ult and Yone's mobility.
Well, they're not doing it right now. Don't want to lose a cannon in mid-wave, I suppose. Xavier going forwards. Good damage there onto the Kai'Sa. Takes off about a quarter of their HP. And then you had about half of it left, so not looking as good there. Heal used by Ovo before the Ignite comes in. And I think Ovo's got a little bit too far. Will go down in the bot side river. Doesn't have a flash to use, and LGD will walk away with the first blood onto the new support of LNG. Make sure that they could grab that cannon. Ends up costing Ovo Subiter his life. Ooh, ult miss from Sassy goes unstoppable. High check coming topside, has flash. Sassy does too. Clears out the wave though, does Sassy. I don't think he's going to live. Flash away. All it will do is make sure he dies a little further away from the two people that came to diving. High Chow didn't do it in 2020. When did they get that thing then? Oh. They did make it through to Worlds though. They did make it through to Worlds. Flash forwards, massive engage from Ovo, but guys, has he got any follow-up? I'm not sure about that. Herald's gone down, Equalizer, but is only on to Xavier. SQW joins the play, flash out from Fish 1 to see him to safety. 1-for-1 as it stands, but LNG, the ones which lost their mid laner. Climber, though, will die in retort. Jungle support down. Xavier doesn't have that much to play around, has flash. Xiaofeng doesn't have his W loaded up, and that's a bit of a sad ultimate then going into it. So Herald and 2-for-1 for LNG. LGD, if they do want to make it through to Worlds in that multiple of 5 year, as the meme goes, LGD always make down. LGD can spot the dragon being started. You're wearing your Nirvana shirt, but I should wear mine too. That'll be a great idea. Dragon secured. LGD just do some Safari League. I'm taking his Raptors, clearing up towards topside. Atkaon has spawned. Sassy going towards the Maw as that second item, actually. Double AP solo laners with some AP coming through from the... Bloody hell, High Chaz just dead.
Okay.
XQW just walks at him. Just walks him. Doesn't even need the ult. That is an insanely important mistake coming through from Haicho, who had flash. I was surprised because I thought he would at least use that. Atkan now started. The Nature's Grasp will ward off the approach, and LNG lose a kill and the objective.
Look for some more. Public execution goes wide because Xiaofeng flashes out, but oh dear. Zucker, I don't know where you can be there, dude.
I'm not sure either. There is a Rel with Flash, Crash Down, no Magnet Storm. Over had that Grand Starfall, but LGD are buying into the fight.
And Xiaofeng's kind of going the other direction while the Ambassador runs away. She's got so much mobility. OVO is just looking, oh no! What is this damage coming forward as Xavier gets a decent Feather Caller Storm. Fish one tries to get to Valley, flash a flash on 80 carries, and LGD pick up even more.
I don't know. You could have convinced me that LGD had the equalizer because age.
At this point, I'm sorry.
I have to say, I don't know that many, but I thought deserved that one. Yeah. I knew the Pink Pony Club. I know that, but
The problem is every time I listen to the Pink Pony Club,
keep on hinting at the Pink Pony.
Yeah, exactly. Pink will.
So normally, Sam, when you start, going into these references, which happen very quick, speaking a million words a minute about something which is just not relevant. Top played out in Surrey. More Malmorches, which I think would have made some sense, and especially when you have the double AP solo laners yourself, perhaps that would make a difference. But the extended fight value and the Omnivamp that can come through from the Riftmaker are very important. Xiaofeng, hang on a second, might get caught out. Well, he's definitely going to get caught out by the Ambassador. Maokai follows up, and that is a dead Pantheon.
Nice pick up there on Panth, who goes down. LNG, last few minutes have not been...
No one nearby that can help him out. The Maokai ultimate was about to get dodged, but Sassy confirms it by locking in the ult into that. Now Maokai ult in response, just to make sure that the tower isn't pushed heavily in the mid lane. Traded towers on side lanes. Zuckel takes the bot lane outer. XQW
realizes I would walk 500 miles and be haunted forever as a Fate Seal comes on forward onto High Chow.
Ooh, good Zonya's there, and in the river, YCX is caught out. Flash away, but it's not going to be enough.
Climber going to get back out the way. The Equalizer comes on down into LGD's Climber, who does begin to throw out his own ult, but then comes the Pantheon, the Grand Starfall value. XQW does at least pick up one, trying to unbind the soul, but it's quickly rebound and going on to the other side of the veil. Xiaofeng throws up the Aegis Assault, a 2v4 to play as Sassy and Xavier. Must try this one, by the way. Barrett is alive, has to auto-ult there, does not manage to get the feathers in the right direction. 1v2, this Ambassador is trying, but a Hex Drinker is just not enough shielding. And Baron is up, and LNG about to pick up the exceptional throw from LGD.
Yeah, they just overextend trying to catch out Haichao. Last time, that's what led to their big win. This time, it's what ends up seeing them into the abyss. As what, 4 members die from LGD for just Haichao on the other side. Saver is over here, but without his ultimate, all he's going to do is see the Baron go down and not get that much done.
Can maybe try and find a better value. Gets a Magnet Storm. It's only really onto the Alice, but they will get one off that. Savior, though, is unfortunately eating a lot of damage on the retreat, and so they can only get rid of the Alistair. 1.5 until Dragon. We might be just going again.
Pull back. Nor do I think it's in his interest to, you know, sit around
not press the button at all.
That, or sit around and fight with those feathers, really, because I think everyone else will follow up onto him anyway. 30 seconds on that Dragon. YCX jumps back.
Sharfan goes over the wall. The equalizer is solid, though. Nature's Crash comes onto him. This time the feathers going the right direction. OVO might be saying, OV, no, not again. Savior whips the feather, pull back, Fate sealed in the back line. Bot lane down for the count. Kai'Sa is gone, but now the turnaround can potentially come on through as Haichao and the rest of the squad continue to get autos and Flame Spitter value down. Sassy low. They kill 2 themselves, including the jungler. Savior does go down. Flashdrums are going to get a wonderful Flame Spitter angle, and LGD, 1 man surviving a triple kill to Xiaofeng's Pantheon.
As LGD can't really stand and fight in the way that they did before. They're melting as LNG go forwards with their damage now, and while the AD carry is dead, well, everyone of LGD is dead except their top laner. 1 kill comes through. It's not a bad trade, all things said and done, as he takes down the Rumble. But it still will be a full team ace from LNG towards LGD. 5 for 2? All things said. Oh, yeah. 14% increased damage, which is a hell of a lot.
On to the Dragon we go. Further musing about that fight, we'll now have to wait for the one that's about to happen on screen. Y6 gets over the back of the pit with the gate. Hex Dragon secured by LGD. Flash on forward for LVO. Doesn't really get that much value. The Madness Storm and Fate sealed! Pantheon down for the count. Still the Wild Fish one surviving, trying to get some autos out. And the Captain Rain coming on down as Sassy goes in trade. It's a 1-for-1 jungler for top laner. XQW tag with the Void Seeker. Haichao looking for some more. The Rocket Belt used. Feathers out into the sky as the storm comes on down. Haichao abscond, abduct. It's onto White. Oh, no! Puffing through. Now this Silas has to start dancing away. Zucker so damn scary though. Rooted up goes Golden. OVO trying to body block. YCX with another good Shattering Strike. But the damage, the range just not there from LGD. And they can't punish. Get 2 arm guards, but nothing more.
I am very surprised LNG don't lose like
a long way ahead of the Maokai and the Ambessa. Maokai doesn't need as much gold. On the other side, I'm looking at this Yone, I'm looking at the Zyra in a good spot, and that TP is interesting. Grand Starfall, TP comes on forward, Featherstorm is there, Sassy now looking for an angle, flash away, Haichao with his own stolen Featherstorm, just about gets a kill on the Zyra, will trade his life out, the double pulverize, comes on forward, XQW, Fate sealed away as he had to rebind his soul, YCX flashing on out, Zucker though, standing, firing, burning, can't get another kill, but the health bars of LGD are dicey to say the least.
1-for-1, but it's the AD carry that goes down, and I think that's more valuable for LNG, despite them losing their mid laner. They still have Fish
Maokai,
one.
They've got Fate sealed, they've got Magnus Storm. It's not a fun combo to
come on, LNG.
It's going down. They don't want a face check, clearly, and getting tagged there by the Rumble. Loses about 10% of their HP. OVO on the other side, though, in a potentially dangerous spot. Haichao also looking to come on forward. What ult will he be stealing? One of the Nature's Grass, the Fate sealed, something like that. Sassy tagged again. XQW looks to get on top of Zucker. Will chunk out that Rumble pretty well. And get back into the pit. Oh my days, Zucker down to 10% HP. Sassy win again. All the while in the pit. We've got another fight happening. Nature's Grass comes across. SQW survives. Fate sealed. Climber keeping Fish one away from the play. But it's a jungler's not in the pit. What is going on? Dragon secured by LNG as Climber leaves. Climber leaves the pit.
LGD completely fumble the team fight. Sassy goes on a one-man mission to try and finish off Zucker, which I think throws the team fight. Sassy wasn't there to help out his AD carry. Everyone left Savior to his own devices, and LNG pounds on the opportunity. They'll take the Dragon, they'll take the fight, and this could just be the end of the game. Remember, they have 3 grubs.
I have so many questions. It looked like a great initial chunk onto Zucker. Sassy there to try to fish up for them. Fish 1's inventory is pretty terrifying between Terminus and GA and Arm Guard. Killing this Kai'Sa and keeping her dead with Flash, Ghost, Ult, and all of those defensive tools will be a Herculean effort. Savior gonna have to go up into the air with the Featherstorm. Got hit by the stolen Nature's Grass. YCX now in danger himself. Gonna try and get some damage down with the Shattering Strike and buy some time. Will not get to do so. Flash, Vault, and down goes the bot lane. Xiaofeng onto this river. Unfortunately, the public execution is mistimed from Sassy. Can't get any more done as Haichao goes Golden under the tier 3 turret. And LNG will claim the whole of LGD. Aced for nothing.
LNG will find their team fight. It's not exactly the timing they wanted as Hydra tried to flash and save Zucker, but he can save himself. Thank you very much. Nexus turret's in sight. LNG 1-0 up in the series.
0-5 in series. The better team today in game 1. LGD. Going to be humbled. Let's
0 and Civic. Though is the thing. I mean, I agree that, no, hang on a second, might have a dive coming through here. All summoners available. Heal used early. Cleanse used as well. Chompers getting some value down, and that'll lock him up onto the turret. Is that going to get a kill back? Yes, it will. That's one, and a teleport coming in through the Talir. It's a slow teleport. But Haichao will be there to clean up the here, and will be here in time for the dive. Xiaofeng pressing that S key. Big wave here, level 6. Zucker very good at setting up dives and stuff like that. The W's not fantastic. That out procession. There is a flash from Sassy. It is not going to be enough, though. And the Yorick will lose a massive loss for LGD in this early game. YCX and Savior pushing in bot side, but they'll go for another dive themselves. There are Chompers. Good hook to cancel out the Zenith Blade. Savior tanking. That's not going to be enough to turn around the kill, but it's not enough. Damage now from LGD. Flash forward from Ovo. Gets some CC down. Shinzao tanking aggro. Again, no, it's on the Leona, excuse me, and they will get a second kill onto the Jinx as LNG do not cover the bot lane. He's a good-looking guy.
I could do worse.
Divinos, yeah. I also just appreciate how he full sends it into whatever community he interacts with.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate that. Dragon started up now. Level 6 is available for supports, importantly.
Okay, gonna get the solar flare on down. Now getting some ricochets and some on the hunt rolling, but the problem is the turnaround beginning to come on through for LNG, looking pretty dicey. Climber breaks the Crescent Guard, looking for the shuffle. Good flashes away, but nice idea from XQW nonetheless. Nautilus won't find it. And now instead we look towards the Tri-Brush and a potential angle towards the top lane turret.
How serious is this? You have Nautilus ult coming up now. Good flick back unassisted.
Oh boy, and the rocket. Who needs anything else? Unassisted value. Depth charge came on top of Climber. OVO missing the hook, but Climber going to Crescent Guard early, but the Cyclone after trying an audacious charge. Savior coming on forward, but it will not save anyone's life. The Sivir trying to run, but a flash on forward. Stunned, damaged, and the Mika cold. OVO, the one
I think he'll be able to kill the turret, though, at this point, even with the Nash's suit. So Zucker will go down, wave clear out. XQW forced to fight. XQW will take the tower now. However, LNG have already claimed the first turret of the game. Strong enough to wave clear out against 2 people. There are, however, 3 people on top side of the map, so... Level 2 dominance. Yeah, you don't really want to go against that.
Yeah, and just goes in, clears up the wave. Rocket comes across just in case. CW to try and trade that back. All the while, potential angle onto Jinx, who's getting 3 per...
Azir getting more gold. That is a scare. Actually, Dragon going down fairly quick. They're not going to be able to contest this, are they?
Oh, Xiaofeng's around. Dark Procession comes on down. OVO going to step on force down to 3k HP. The Weaver's Wall comes on down, but will be interrupted by that Solar Flare. Flash away from Haichao. Damage onto OVO, who doesn't quite die yet. Reset from Fish One, who's looking like a shark. It's a big old fish. There's only one fish in this pond, because he's eating all the others. Sassy goes to fall, but the last rites are being donated by this aquatic monster. A triple kill for Zucker, as actually the crocodile will link up with his additional waterborne prey and find some more value. Sassy eventually eats a rock, and it's an ace for LNG.
LGD can't close down and is now 2.7 thousand gold ahead. That's
coming on over.
Right, flick out a Fog of War. Good damage onto the Leona. That Solar Flare not going to hit again, though. That sweet spot.
Gonna find the flank angle, gets on top of the Azir. The Cyclone comes on down, and the Emperor's Divide means very little. Savior needs to try and get out to safety. The Jinx gets a reset, and 2 kills go the way of LNG.
God damn, this Renekton is hard to kill. In another point, this would be a dead Renekton. You struggle at this point of the game, at 25 minutes to see things off. Sivir is still around, doesn't have flash of you. Oh, hits a hook.
It's onto Sassy, backing away. Atacon really low, and they've stayed too long. Oh, LNG.
2 kills go to them as they tank the Atacon. You should have just taken the kills. Be happy with it. Atacon now leashed, and LNG, who are in such a good spot, throw the objective over a poor overstay.
And they're already 20 battles ahead. How much more are they getting?
Oh, come on. Surely it doesn't end like this. W onto the objective will spot it out. There is a smite from Xiaofeng, and I wonder if that'll make them think twice.
Sticking around themselves. Hexgate's allowing this Nautilus to come back on forward. Dark Procession is there. Xiaofeng gets into the pit. Gonna get hit, but he's into the pit. He's still there. Looking to trade this one. He nails it! Xiaofeng! Unreal.
I think they panicked. give that a chance for that smite to come through, which of course is capitalized.
YCX is now under the tier 1 in mid lane and has died. That's unfortunate. All the while in the river, Sassy in a 1v2, slightly dangerous. 3v3 mid lane. Those Ovio getting chunked out low. The boomerang blade flying from Savior. They have killed off Sassy, so now 2 members dead. Xiaofeng, Hai Xiao looking for potential flank granted and leave it at that. 3 items for both AD carries. Savior got flash, got heal. No on the hunt. Climber and XQW looking to try and find an angle in. Flash for the shuffle. Doesn't really land on the owner, but Fish 1 though. He's going to go down. What about the Sivir? We'll get 2 on the way down, but does fall. All the while XQW dies to the Wukong.
The road is a bit more of a bumpy one. Doesn't manage to find the perfect... scaled enough, or are you too far behind?
Zucker on the flank angle. They know he's there. Can they do much about it? Climber and Sassy trying to stop him. Shoutfog in the backside with the Cyclone on top of the Sivir, who has got nothing left to do in this game but die. They do kill a Fish 1 on the other side. The full contact team fighting from Climber is good. The problem is you've got a Gigafed Renekton looking to snap up everyone else. The oldest predator in the world, the crocodile, eats them all.
And in the Shuriman Derby of serious respects to their top laner who has carried them through this series. The rumbling. This is a double round robin. You don't get that. You don't that many games. You have a little more to go. But
Sassy.
Hextol, yeah, that'll definitely hurt. Sassy has to flash away. But LNG perhaps mounting a later comeback into Group Nirvana. They would kind of have to go immaculate from this point to be into the upper echelons of Group Nirvana. Difference in move speed. Like if an Ahri is walking at me with 20% extra moves, hang on a second, Fish 1 has flash.
And does get out of it. XQW again with the flash plays attempted going wrong. Fish 1 trying to cleanse away will go down. Big pickoff. What about the rest of the play? Hydra finally turns up, but Zucker wasn't there in the engage. For all it doesn't hit Fish 1 immediately. The
Tom is down to make sure that the immediate dashes in could be blocked. Mid lane turret will go down. There's an Elder in
first. Haichao looking to flank off on that side, get some slows down. The Hex Soul as well. Really obnoxious. Weaver's Wall. Splitting Climber off. Depth Charge comes on down. Crescent Guard early. Zucker chunked low, actually. Down to 2k HP as the Baron trying to turn it around the backside. Got a GA to work with. Lots of damage to XQW. Will go down.
Oh, Zucker!
Zucker is just a monster. Fish 1 excited. And they cannot kill the Croc.
That is why you lock in the Renekton. Zucker goes beast mode on the beast at 8,000 gold lead in the top lane. 10-0-11. Zucker, my god, what have you done to poor Sassy?
They have rewound the clock 6.1 million years. Welcome back to the age of the dinosaurs. Zucker roars. He's not a T-Rex, but he's still the king of top in this game. LNG win their first series in summer. More sensible option. They will lock in that Civet. So, big front to backs on both sides.
Deal with it. You get a Cyclone onto the UNR later, yeah, you probably win the team fight, but with the Lulu there, with the Vi pinning you down as well, it's a problem.
Oh dear.
Hoya's overextended in the top lane.
He has tried to get the wave shoved, couldn't quite, and Nio just gets to walk up the river.
Easy kill. Hoya's pushed up too far. Perhaps he did it. I think both CLGs did it.
Did,
right?
yeah.
Double Lift played there in even season 1 or something, right? Or maybe not season 1 because it didn't quite on. Bloody hell, that's a lot of damage. The spinning prayer bead does a hell of a lot of work there. But yeah, there's a whole load of conversation about it.
Oh, the auto. Feather trying to get the slow on down. Can't quite now. Nio is waiting. OTT, that's a little far. 1x's going to have to run away. They tried to get on to leave it. It was all a ruse.
The Feather's crushed underfoot.
Getting ganked topside. On the other, let's be real, was them trying to get what looked like a really cool kill on to leave, and he just gets to ghost away, and they go a little deep.
Stun onto mid lane, level 6 to level 5 hit. Dernby not with any magic resist. Dernby doesn't mean he's not impactful, but he's toned down the creativity a little bit. Right now, he's left alone on the side lane. The cat's coming. Don't think it's gonna help.
Dernby gonna get cease and desisted under this turret. Flashes away, goes down. Headbutt a little bit too late. 1xn exhausted. Feather survives.
My cat not able to come in time.
Be a bit wary of flanks this game. Alistair, Weaver's Wall, Wukong ult can all potentially be ways to mess up like Yunara's day, even if the straight front-to-back backline access isn't fantastic. But a little bit of a play on in here. Cease and desist onto the Wukong. Call the Forge God comes across, and they're going to blow up Nile. Wukong dead for the right. As Solo Kill trying to find Savali flash away from Leave, who needs to stay alive best he can as the Annie ult comes on down. Tibbers saying, hey, I would love to give you a really big warm hug. Hoya now just frontlining and Dragon secured by TT. Nice angle. Jungler down, flash off the AD carry, and they come away with the win.
The Wukong needed to be so much more impactful in that fight. Setup has no flash, used it in that last play.
Hoya is around, but can't do anything to save his mid lane. And give a kill over the Sivir. A little bit awkward on the exit there.
Yeah, that's a problem. You do not want to be giving gold over to the top lane now. Nightcat does have that ult to tank tower if they want. Setup, no flash. Remember, use it in that last fight around Dragon.
Jumping now under this turret. Seismic shove comes on forward. And Nightcat just gets to walk away. Ult pops and is tanky enough to get away with it.
Yeah, times it well. Really nice from Nightcat. Clean, quick, effective. Uses one ultimate. No summoners needed. And it's a quick kill onto the flashless Annie. It's a kill participation over towards Durnby, who will be happy with that. That's going too far, solo kill.
Just get over the wall. Now trying to turn targets onto the Sivir. Leave is leaving. Will go down. Solo kill, surviving for a second or two longer, but not for very much after. Nightcat with the headbutt under the wall. Going to force 1xN to ult, and then
Flash as well.
away, and they are going to get that value out.
So Leave gets smote. Can't use the spell shield. Aki, look, this is why the Vi is always...
Can they step? I think it's untouchable Shadow. I never do remember
Mate,
the E upgrades.
I can't remember it. I can't remember any of this.
May have to go look that one up. Chat, what is it? Someone remind me. All the while, Lulu may be in danger here. Feather doesn't have the flash, doesn't have the ult. There's the boomerang play. Weaver's Wall coming on down. And punishment secured by NIP. He managed to pick up that one. Of course, lost a series recently because they were
things like this. Summoner economy against enchanter bot lanes are really, really important because they're not as safe as to be able to survive plays like that. Hoya does have flash, does have ult. I don't think he's... Well, I gotta say, he wasn't under threat. Maybe he is.
Wow, seismic shove after. There's lots of burns coming down. The call. The Forge God is summoned, and there is no one waiting at the station, just heading back where he came. And they will bring down the Forge God again.
The call of that will secure them the feats of strength. But the mid lane outer turret is a bigger vision onto the Dragon Pit itself. NIP trying to hold up in this river. They've gone into bot river a little early, you know.
Doinby on a flank is spotted out, hit by that massive chunk from the Annie. Gets over the wall.
Oh,
is waiting. But now he's in the pit by himself. Trying to get some damage onto this Annie. And towards this Talia. He can't get the kill. Doinby surviving. Finally gets a bit of heal. That's the triumph happening. What about the other side of the fight? 1xN trying to unleash on a solo kill. Needs to flash away. Weaver's Wall to buy them space on the retreat. No way did they get away with that.
Aki missing a crucial Q and then getting cancelled by Nio on the other means that Doomby lives. Now, NIP lose a shit ton of HP, so they're not giving in great position.
Frontline focused from the side of this Yunara. Still, though, Dragon's going to be Thunder Talks number
Please do not walk up to that setup. Is waiting and has their number. Trying to press that S key. Gonna get stunned.
That's still Nio being chunked out on the other side. Will need to leave. Solico trying to buy spam. 1xN flash over the wall. Blast cone away from Tibbers. Call the Forge got missed! Oh, no! Oh, we've got the knock-up onto solo kill. I don't know where we even begin. NIP with some dodgy health bars. Hanayo hitting it, healing up off the crux. Solo kill on the front line. Gets turned into a rabbit briefly. Aftercan taken by Aki. It might have been ugly, but the damage is still done. Solo kill falls to 1xN. Cease and desist into the backline. They're murdering NIP. The ninjas not in pajamas. They're in funerary clothes as they are being put into an early grave. Hoya with a two-man knock-up. Doinby goes to just doing GG. Leave trying to clear up the wave at the very least, but he is the sole remaining ninja to survive.
After that play, and NIP losing so much HP on the flanking Wukong, really solely dramatic main stories and fantastically deeply, deeply unserious side stories.
Yeah, the still has some quite deep meetings. You meet him again, by the way.
I know, Sam. You meet him in like 4 or 5. Well, you run into the guy that was there in Yakuza 0 back in the 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
And
you see him again in Yakuza 8.
Yeah.
He's there in Infinite Wealth. There's hang on, 1xN just unleashes. Will untouchable step away, trying to get some damage back, looking to get some damage on the solo kill. Who needs to back out of that one? Aki, Vault Breakering forward's not been his easiest game. He's still gonna get up to Nio on the backside. Niket trying to buy some time. Doinby could be across with the Weaver's Wall, but he's here too late. Damage is done. The front line is gone.
NIP get jumped on by the Yunara, and 1xN shows the DPS potential of this champion. NIP do not have great ability. Leave has been so cool to watch. I think Leave got the better of it across the best of 3 in the last one in the victory for NIP, but it's not like 1xN had nothing to show from that series last time either. 1xN determined to make the most of this one. Feather caught out, and the Lulu is popped. Uses the ultimate, has flash.
Look what's up. It's Baron. They're all around. I think they can maybe look at this.
And now suddenly, without the Lulu on the table, do NIP feel like, well, you don't have your disengage anymore. That enchanter is gone. Perhaps we can make a fight happen. Leave about to get his ultimate back up. Teleport into the mid lane. It will be a 4v5 defense of the Baron from TT. NIP, do you think you've got the answer?
Down to 8k HP. Hoya trying to frontline. Is there an extra smite from maybe? No, there's not. Watch this. Alistair on the backline trying to get somewhere valuable. Will not manage to do so. Hoya trying to get in there. Down to 4k HP. Aki looking to get into the pit. Can he steal this one away? Blast cone available. It is the flip. I can smell the burgers. Pit. Aki. Vault breaker available. 1400 HP. All the while Siva is trying to get a hold of the kills. Baron secured by the side of NIP. Fight continuing. They murder Vi. 1xN gets out there. 6k damage done. And it does not win them the fight.
TT.
Your eyes on the dragon spawning in some point. Hidden away right now by the Baron timer for now, but that would be Soul. Leave gets jumped on. 1xN! Murders Leave!
Leave had Ghost Saddle and couldn't escape NIP now in the pits.
Weaver's Wall comes on down to split off 1xN, who doesn't give a damn. Flashing for more. He is looking like our next generation of greats. A wild growth and an explosion from the AD carry. The prayer beads keep flying. He's transcending himself at NIP. Are left on the wrong tier of cultivation. His spirit is just too much.
NIP had such a good opening around the Baron, but they forget that they cannot just allow the Yunara to DPS. Duumbi will die on the bot side. Perhaps Aki will die in his own jungle. But NIP still lose the grand majority of their Baron push, and TT fight back.
Those prayer beads keep on flying. The Arc of Judgment turns into an Arc of Ruin, and Thunder Talk left blinking their eyes as their AD
1xN
carries.
has been great. Used that flash offensively last time, and it did buy them a big win. You don't have that for the Elder fight now. Set up on the flank.
For the Forge God summon, solo kill Chunk very low, has to flash on out, gets the knock-up coming on forwards. He tries to ult on in with the Unstoppable Force, trying to get to the backline.
They got Sivir!
They do get the Sivir! 1xN rolling again! More damage comes on forwards. The cultivation of spirit hits him in the face. It's volleyball season, and no one knows how to dodge it.
And look to end the game.
Onto the turret they go, throwing out as many of those prayer beads as they possibly damn well can. Weaver's Wall comes on down. The Arc of Judgment there. 1xN got a shield, doesn't give a damn about the rest of it. A Vault Breaker flash, and Duumbi is dead as well. Nio alone against the full onslaught of Thunder Talk, and the lightning comes crashing on in. Full voltage team fighting. The Yunara unleashes again, and the cultivation of spirit ensures another set of kills on the fountain. Game one, game over. What a dive from TT. With the Rakan, the Ari, the Jarvan, the Ambessa. Xayah there has to kind of defend for herself a little bit.
Yeah, Xayah is the odd one out.
Up double the CS nearly of this poor Xayah. Pick up the dragon at least. Seeing some value right now. There is a Jarvan and a Rakan coming down the lane. Keep your eyes on that mini-map. Nycat going to burn the Ghost. Looking to threaten Hoya, but buffers through the CC with the public execution trapped under this turret, though. Dancing around well. The shield from the battle dance. Duumbi knocked up. Will finally get the kill, but now can they get anyone back? Leave getting out from under the turret. Man, they kept that Ambessa alive for a little while, but just didn't have the damage.
Sure, he's threatening the hook, not necessarily casting it, just threatening it.
Hook on forwards. Aki will flag and drag out. Feather goes on in, forces a flash out of Leave, which would be something at the very least. Piercing arrow being threatened, goes across a couple. Make that 3 actually, as Aki was hit by the very tip of it. Smites away at least 1. Fight now continuing as they go on forward, and that's just a very deft Feather.
Oh, that's
Aki
too
the
deep,
back lane,
Aki.
but he does keep that Varus pinned away for now. 1xN throws down the Feather Storm, can look to maybe pull some people back. That puts a lot of damage into now, gets some healing setup, trying to get the jump, but it's run out of damage. Aki may be looking for a good flag and drag here. He's got the vision to potentially work through. Flag and drag just shy on Leave. We'll get it with the Martial Cadence auto. Nycat and Duumbi trying to get some value. Ignite comes on down. I think that's probably still a very dead Jarvan.
So that is a lot of dead members for TT. Is it 4 overall? They got the 1 kill in the side lane earlier, so it'd be... Doesn't end in, 10 minutes or before that. Aki off the vision, puts down a control ward. They might have information that he's around here now because they just saw a ward in there. Do you know he's over that wall? Not sure.
X flash being charged. Aki looking for Leave. Remember, doesn't have the flash from the last play. There's the Cataclysm. Battle Dance quickness comes on down, but they still don't have the damage because 1xN was jumped up by Nio. 1 for 1 in terms of the AD carries, but Aki is likely going to go on down. Hoya's turned on up, but he doesn't find an angle, and now he's alone in a 1v4.
The Xayah just can't follow up with the play. Goes down. Hoya is very much in no man's land, trying to hit an ult, I suppose. Does hit that first bit.
Feather's now coming on over. Actually might have escaped on that one. Good knock up from Feather. You know what? Not awful.
Not awful indeed. Leave can now teleport back out onto the map. Has that summoner. And TT, we said that they needed stats to dive with. They just don't.
Aki looking to see whether someone can be picked up here. He's got his Rakan nearby, but Nycat now coming on over as well. Or what Aki's plan is here. He's kind of caught off, just got spotted on the control board. They know he's there, so he's going to flag and drag over into a Nautilus and die.
That was a play of all time. Aki gives another kill over to his old team. Aki had a bunch of criticism while he was even on this roster. Potential dive up here. Just getting the ult out of a Rod of Ages Ari can be a bit of a win condition in itself. It is a long cooldown without that Malignance. Does have the cooldown boost to give some. Jump over the wall from Naya onto Feather. Won't be able to do that much. And good damage from Sata means that they won't be able to get that Ari ultimate. They'll have to go up to the next wave and clear it out.
Into the red buff goes Nayo. Really know whether we're going to see too much of a contest here. Taken by the smite. We'll look to try and back away. Hang on, Hoya's coming down through the mid lane, and they go with the quickness, trying to get some by the Chains of Corruption onto Feather. Means it's not that much easy to follow up, but the charm means a dead Shinzao. Leave now in danger as Hoya's looking to get up forwards. Flashes on down. Public execution. There's Varus. Nowhere to go. No CC remaining, and dies very easily.
TT get a fight that they've been looking for. The Victor was not there at the play, who has most of the gold, really. With the 5-0-2, TT will pounce and potentially look to even take down the full turret here. They have the flag to give the extra attack speed to everyone involved, which will help them take it down. Plates go off. Can they stick around for the full turret? Nautilus teleports into the turret behind it. He won't be there in time to save the full turret, I don't think. I think they should stay here. They'll take it. TT, get that turret in mid lane. That's a big win. E stationary, and then you Q immediately afterwards, because it gives you a slightly quicker combo. Or is it, yeah. Oh, there's no flash on the Varus.
I don't know what Leave is going to do here. We said the Varus could be a prime target this game. And he is, in fact, a prime target. Aki, though, flags and drags through. He's going to get out.
Oh, my God. No W there to bop him out of it or go unstoppable. 1xN has no ult now. No body block. There's the body block.
There is, and he gets out with the Battle Dance. Cleanse on top of Feather meant he could ignore so much of the CC.
They use the Chaos Storm and everything. NIP from such a dominant position strategically. The Victor in an...
Great cleanse into ult from Feather there as well to make sure that 1xN gets out scot-free, has to burn nothing.
So Dragon's going to decide to NIP. I think now's a good time to talk about Aki, because he's important to both teams, part of NIP. But the ult just short, maybe? I'm not sure. I didn't
think it was just short, because Varus just had enough move speed to get out from what I saw.
Yeah, and of course having stuff like the Ghost Blade can help you with that active to get out of that. 1xN hit with a decent amount of poke. That is a dangerous hook!
Oh no, and the Feathers afterwards with the Cataclysm!
Oh no!
I don't think it could have gone much worse.
Arrow will take down Chovy, but NIP, what was the plan there? Why would you go under turret like that? 1xN, he is the anti-dive AD carry. There is no reason to do that. They're trying to take the mid lane out of turret. They probably will, but there's no reason to give those 2 kills up.
Well, they'll get the tier 1, but yeah, I mean, all the while, look who else is bothering.
Flash, that's the biggest cooldown you can get there. Satab may, you know what? I really don't like diving onto Varus as a sole player as Ari. Charm lands, but not going to do that much. Solo kill caught out a little bit.
Public execution going to force a flash.
They really didn't want to get stuck into that play. Might be a hook onto 1xN. Gets behind terrain in time. The scary thing when you're playing one of these backline carries against the Nautilus. When you're playing a squishy mid lane or a squishy AD carry, that's when you feel the fear of God when Nautilus walks at you. Hoya has walked up towards top side. This is not a great spot. He has no ultimate. He has flash, but he will not see the encroaching members.
And try and get behind stuff. The wind becomes slightly just wide. Still going to try jumping on forwards. The hook just wide. Flash on forwards. Now Nightcat. Dench in danger. The quickness, the grand entrance. 2 charms coming on back. Is it another one of those tower dives going on? Feather with a shield getting out to safety. Aki looking to come across the setup with the ult. Still rolling. Can look to Spirit Rush for more. No one dies, but the health bar's low. Doomby, though, hurts at this point, and Atakan can get started.
Setup out of HP. No ultimates for solo laners. That should be a free Atakan. TT nearly turned it around in topside, and then they realized, oh god, that's a lot of damage from the backline. Doomby and Leave both contributing to that. NIP managed to stand their ground, pick off Hoya, who didn't quite understand the danger he was in. It's a good objective for them. NIP
behind, but the Dragon started up, and TT a little bit late to this. Aki around, TP behind.
That's the ultimate again. Satab doesn't. No Spirit Rush. It's the problem with this build. Just doesn't have that ultimate on so sure to cool down. It's going to need to wait like another 10 seconds or so. Will the fight happen before that?
I think it is. There's those 10 seconds we're talking about. Going to try and time this with the Feather Pull. Nayo just wins it.
Now, what's the plan? Hook misses. Aki potentially looking for an engaged. Dangerous angle for himself there. Forward in the mid lane and keeping TT away from their inner tower.
Good body blocking by the rest of NIP while their AD carry gets that shove. Aki on a potential flank angle still. So is setup. So is Hoya looking to punish the back end of this. Oh, there's the Cataclysm. Quickness goes to the backside as well. But the exhaust, the knock up onto Hoya. He gets on to leave, trying to get some value. They've already lost Feather, and the Arcade Storm gets 2 for Doinby. Setup now in danger, knocked up and likely knocked down. Niall gets a hold of him. Ari is a dead Fox girl. 1xN on 20% HP can do no more in this fight.
In case you missed the memo, which we talked about earlier, eventually TT were going to dunk onto a very fed... You know what? When I was arguably best mechanically at Ari was actually Season 6 Protobelt Ari.
Chat, I baited him into talking about it. I knew it.
Oh, you know me too well. But honestly, it was my favorite champion to play because you could cancel your ult dash with the Protobelt. It was so smooth. You can kind of get... That was back when you hit people with multiple missiles, it would get more damage. Well, teleport behind. We might have a big fight here, but I think
teleports
there are no splashes on the carries of TT.
Yeah, makes it dicey. Setup has his speed turned up. Oh boy, that's a lot of damage onto Aki, who goes, "Owie." That's not my best name pun ever.
No, it's not, Sam. But it still was a good attempt, unlike Aki's engaged there, sadly. Goes down, couldn't cast that Cataclysm, and without the Jarvan alive and in position, there's just so lacking threat. Baron's going to be started up. TT might find a fight in the pit. Maybe they can. It's really hard to get onto them without that Jarvan point-and-click Cataclysm, though.
Yeah, trying to find an angle. You've got Hoya in a dream. 1xN looking to get some value. Backstep to the Unturbo Strike Part 3 setup. Goes to get to the backside. Public execution. It's on to leave! Massive angle from Hoya. Fight now can contend as 1xN trading onto Solo Kill is very damn low. Feathers can do the pull. All the resist shredded. Hoya's still alive. 1xN still alive. Feather body blocking. Featherstorm comes on down. When is the next Feather pull available? Gets behind him. Desire with a wonderful flash. And so the Storm means nothing. Set up a charge that runs out before he can use it. And they just don't have the damage. The charm comes on forwards and Doinby is low. And Hoya.
Hang on. Actually, there might be an angle. He has flashes away from the first bit. Danger stations, using that wreckage of the turret to make sure he can survive. Baron is disengaged. TT lose 2. Dominance regards. He doesn't have flash to follow the engage either. There's a ghost and a smite from Feather. Aki is on a wild old flank. Dragon is started.
Aki to be there.
Aki he's way out of position.
They know he's there. I think because of the standard coming on down. Can he flash on in? He's going to have to. Flash angle available. Looking to get it there. Doesn't get it. Mountain Soul secured. Cataclysm's down. Public execution to try and keep Setup and crew alive. Lead will go down. The Arcade Storm, though, is a rocket and a rolling. Check your weather reports. The Meteorological Society should not have tried to say that so quickly. We'll be looking at Doinby's storms with great interest.
It's mellifluous. It's a defenestration. It's a hippo.
Brain. Solo kill. Trey with Hoya. And Feathers to Hoya. I think he's actually done a fairly decent job of being a threat on this Ambessa. They just can't kill some without this Victor blowing them. Dreams.
Till I found out there were other ways to score. Nightcat keeps getting that wrong as well. Has that ghost running. Doesn't have flash. Might be able to just walk in and get some range for the ultimate. Hoya not using that ult to go invulnerable through it.
Yeah, gravity field coming down as well. I think that is a very dead Ambessa.
Could have used that ultimate to go unstoppable. You can do that defensively. Gives you a charge of your passive as well to dash out. Wanted to save it, I suppose. And Hoya, I think he's actually had a decent game on the Ambassa. It's just not been coordinated enough from TT. They give way too many kills over to the Victor early.
And they just get to keep rolling forwards. Mountain Soul, 7k gold leads. Plus, at this point, as the second turret falls down, solo kill in mid, and without very much in the way of damage, Setup's going to try and at least get a bounty here, but he's going to have to reset soon.
Yeah.
I think he might get Shadow Flame gold off that, and that might be the dream, but it's in now, of course, to the Mountain Soul.
Yeah, he's going to teleport back to make sure and that is going to be the objective bounty down. Towers are already falling. Setup trying to get some wave clear in. He'll go back, finish his Shadow Flame now. Gets it. Aki trying to clear through the mid lane turret, but NOP, they don't give a damn. They kill the turret, get themselves onto the next thing, flash in. Good reactions from 1xN to get that ult down. Yes, the Feathers are in the wrong direction, but the most important thing is he wasn't hit.
Oh, but then in the backside, Niall goes on down, but the charm is pretty good from Feather, who in fairness on this regard has done his very best to body block. The problem is there's just no damage. Aki's on the other side as they've gone and done their very best to keep the AD carry alive. But what does it mean in the grand scheme of things?
Especially when 1xN just hasn't been able to influence fights. We called out that Zyra and said, well, it's off theme, but maybe 1xN is good enough at it. I don't think he has been good enough at it to justify this one. And the draft has been far, far easier to play for NIP. Hook lands, and NIP will take down the last Nexus turret.
1xN just be trying to stay alive, but there's a Crescent Guard coming on down. Feather does get to the backside, but it's just not enough to keep 1xN alive. It's just 1x marks the spot of a dead AD carry, a Cataclysm to mark the end of days, at least this time for Thunder Talk. We go to the full 3.
TT will be brought to 3 games. Both of the series between these two teams. RNG just before this and earlier splits was picked up by NIP, who made 3 changes. earlier throughout this year. First off was Gen.G in the top lane.
Having a hard time here. Pillar potentially towards mid lane. Now that could be an issue. Does have Phaser. Can he proc it in time? No, he can't. Flash forwards a chump. And the kill will be taken by the Trundle NIP. Set up his lane there. And he has both of his pots still. Nio gonna get... Oh, traps against the wall. That's the Trundle pinch. Oh, that is disgusting. Nio gets the pillar, which stops Setup from moving at all. Disgusting. Dragon started, likely to be finished by TT, no contest. Grub's live in 2 minutes. Stuff like Setab and Doombee's flash will be just about available for HP 1 extend. Clearing out the wave. He has flash. Rune Prison lands, and that is a point and click hook. Teleport's coming through. Won't be able to cancel the Realm Warp or the Corki on his own. Both out to safety. Feather flashing forwards and won't get the root. NIP, the play turned around on them, but they do get teleport flash from the Nike. Yeah, teleporting Blitzcrank. That doesn't sound particularly fair. Gets the Phaser to set up, has flash, and the Rune Prison hits again. Rune Prison hits again. Shockwave gets some value down here. There's an IO Trundle coming down. Sets up, no! Has flash, will see himself to safety, and I don't think the Subjugate will kill. Teleport coming in from the Aurora. Remember, no ultimate here. Can get that Power Fist in. Rune Prison comes through as well. Niall left out on his own, and 2 dives in a row from NIP onto bot side. End up backfiring just a little. The first time was just summoners. This time it's a death of the jungler before the dragon spawns. YouTube chats from it, for reasons. Like, it's just nice to have it occasionally. Okay, so 2 dragons to TT. Evenish in gold lead, and that is a flashless Trundle with no tank stats to steal, and it is a very, very dead Nio. The kill goes over towards the Aurora, first of the game for them, and that's a problem, because I think Aurora feats of... we don't have the third kill for either team just yet. Tower goes down. Next kill gets feats of strength. Aki has his ult again, has Hexblade as well. So NIP kind of out of position now. You can't bring both your mid solo laners back here. Turret will be taken by TT. Mid lane turret more important than side lanes. Yes, 2 turrets to 1 is a bonus, but mid lane turret is really, really nice. If you're trying to play around Blitzcrank, you want to be pushing up in mid lane, getting those hooks from inside your own jungle sometimes as well. It'll be a 2-for-1 turret trade in this last phase of play, as Setup's left alone on top side. Clears the gold a little bit, makes it a little bit even between threats. Nightcat on vision, only level 6, quite low in XP. Some damage onto him. Realm Mob onto Hoya. He's going to blow that ultimate, go into the pit itself. Naya, Doomby, without that reposition tool now. Nightcat misses the hook. Setup. Flashes away. Where is the combo? You don't even need it. Shockwave forces the flash out of leave. There is a flank from the Gwen. Is it enough? Will the dragon be down before the heat time? He gets there. Feather defensible onto 3. Setup back into the way. The flanking Oriana is apparently the dangerous, but Naya will at least claim the dragon. Nico goes down as well. Leave DPSing. And I wonder whether TT have split themselves a little bit too far down the seams. Solo kills flank. Scatters TT as the dragon and a whole host of 4 kills go to the way. Go for it. Yeah, who are you going for? Who do you go for? It is the Trundle. Shockwave back behind the Nocturne. Easy kill. The Knockwave strikes true. It's not the right timing to get something like an Atakan off the back of it. That's spawning in 40 seconds, but they can go for a bot side invade. Hook onto Setup. He's been hooked. Setup gets caught by a hook. Oh, Setup. You can't overstay. You've just got that 1 kill, throwing another one back. And now this is a problem, because Setup will be dead for this combo upping again. Well, yeah, I mean, you've got a Hexplate. It's a low cooldown. Do you just want to set up for a Blitzcrank hook? It's been put over to the side here. There's a Spell Shield Naka to approach his objective. Here comes Nio with Setup. He's teleporting in. Where is the Paranoia? It's taken by Nio. Are there any kills to follow? The Realm Up is stopped, and the Shockwave lands onto the Blitzcrank. It's only the Blitzcrank, though, and the Phase Rush and Doomby. And the flash will see him to safety. Atakan for 1. You take those trades. You absolutely do. And Aki didn't have his ultimate. Was still on cooldown. Only comes up now. TT lose a big objective. They do take 1 kill. The Herald is in mid lane. Use that to charge in towards the mid lane inner. They have 3 grubs as well. If they take bot lane outer, mid lane inner, and a kill, it's not a bad trade. I still think NIP from Aurora from one side of the fight to the other. They want to take the front to back. You want to make sure that they're not flanked. Dragon started up. Aki has the ball on him.
Knockwave combo available. Solo kill will be spotted out. The hook lands onto the Nocturne, who was waiting for the combo, but instead is taken down himself so low. He'll die on the backline, but not before Feather gets a huge combo onto the backline. Jungle support dead for TT. On the other side, it's just the support. The HP bars are very low, and Leave has no HP to play around. That should be a dead Kai'Sa. Has the ult. Can he get away from anything? No. The Q2 will likely pop onto him. Also on the other side of the fight. Setup might die first, though, and Leave. Oh my god, Houdini in the bot lane. Survives for so long, finally falls, but maybe he's done enough damage. I don't think he has. Solo kill will fall, and TT will be the ones coming out ahead from this dragon fight. A messy, broken affair. These are not standard front to backs. They are being taken into different angles as different defensive positions are taken, and each team dives forwards. Naya will take the mid lane outer turrets as a consolation prize. Again, very even in gold, but the dragon claim from TT, and they get one step away from Ocean Soul. Feather, that ult into the backline. Realm up onto a side lane, trying to catch that setup. He's not going to be able to teleport away in time. A rune prison, a realm warp, and a pillar of ice will see setup down, who has been picked off time after time after time. 2 and 6 on the Orianna. There will be no shockwave for the next fight. He'll be dead for the Baron take. TT looking to retake the pit. Do they have a defuse kit? They might need it. The flash hook misses. Niket unable to find his Mark 1 XN. Playing on the defensive. The lights go dark. NIP disengage from the Baron. Will they go back to it? I think they feel like they have to take the fight in the 5v4. Flash from Naya available. Pillar of Ice available from Naya. Solo kill on the flank, and it's another missed hook. 4-man ultimate as NIP. Finally engaged through the Corki. Get the first kill onto the Blitzcrank at the cost of their Nico. Gwen goes down. There's a lot of damage now missing from NIP, and Doomby might be forced to flash, trying to turn around. Good damage, but he won't be able to finish off the kill. The burn coming through. Not able to finish him off. Flash forward. Stride breaker. Kill from Aki onto his old mid laner as Doomby gifted a stride breaker to the face. Seta back out onto the map, and TT puzzled their way through, and they will retake the objective fight. They have the 4 members available. Dragon spawns will be sold for TT. Hook. Spell shielded this time. Shockwave, and there's no flash on Niket. He'll go down. That is the risk. Realm up to just slightly reposition. It's a 1 for none. Double ultimates used from TT. NIP, what's the plan now? No Blitzcrank. The Blitzcrank thought, oh, shock and dodge out from Leave. Just hit by that ultimate. Perhaps Leave can make the difference. Hoya jumped down onto by the assassinated carry. 2 kills down. NIP even in the 4v5, winning out on the fight. Gwen has one last little bit of the needlework. Can't get enough done. 1xN jumps in and can't get enough done. Leave with the assassination of the Aurora may well have brought NIP back from the brink. Down against the Baron. 2-1 at the start of it. Potentially 2-1 to end it. They don't have grubs, but they will have death times to work with. I think it's Inhibitor down. I don't know about the entire game. I think they can take Inhibitor and out. What is the plan? Do they walk forward again? Oh, they might feel like they can go for more. 10 on Setab. Shockwave available. I don't know. I don't know about this one. 5 seconds down on Setab. Tower's going down. If they split and avoid the Shockwave, they can still flash out, and it'll just be the end of the game. NIP, 1 fight into death. NIP wins